Hey guys, I'm kind of excited today to show you what I actually do for work. I talk a lot about my business, and I've mentioned that I own a commercial cleaning company, but I never actually showed anybody what it is exactly that I do. So some of my customers are nightly janitorial, so we might go in and vacuum, empty garbage cans, dust, and typically that's done in office buildings, doctor's offices, things like that. But tonight is actually a deep clean job. And I mentioned these, I say that when people ask me what I do for a living, I usually tell them that I'm a commercial and industrial cleaner. And I kind of leave it at that. Some people ask me what that is, but I've never actually shown on video exactly what that entails. So tonight we are at a popular sushi or ramen bar in Portland, Portland, Oregon, and they have hired me to clean this entire space from top to bottom. So what I did was, I'll tilt the camera this way. See all these ducts up here, the speakers, the beams, the fans, all that stuff collects dust and grease, and that needs to be cleaned on a semi-regular basis. And so what I did was I pulled out my big ladder about an hour ago, and I was up there dusting all that. And I put my ladder and everything back in the van because I'm on a different step right now. But anyway, so I started at the top, and I basically scrubbed every square inch and made it look really good. Now, some of these things, like these speakers and stuff, it just looks really bad when you look up and it's like a big black dirty speaker covered in fuzzy dust. And that's something I always look for when I'm in a restaurant. And when I see that, then I talk to the business owner and I let them know that I clean that stuff. And that's kind of how I get some of my customers. Same thing with the fans. Sorry, the lighting's kind of weird, but same with the fans. You can see around the edges just dust starting to build up, and they need someone to clean that. And oftentimes these businesses don't even have insurance for employees to climb up ladders and do that type of work. One thing that was particularly difficult on this job was cleaning the hood. I'm in the kitchen now. That's where they cook everything. But up above here is all this ducting and exhaust things. I don't know what they are, but anyway, that needed to be cleaned. And so I had to get out my ladder and climb up on top of this and dust all of that. And it was kind of scary because I don't know if it can support my weight. I asked the customer, I was like, is it okay if I stand on that? And he said, yeah. So it seemed pretty sturdy when I was up there, but still, you have to be really careful. The next thing I did was I cleaned all these windows. And that is actually kind of tricky to clean windows and do a really good job. So you might clean windows at home and just use some Windex and a paper towel. That's not how you clean windows in a commercial environment. You need the proper tools, the right chemicals. You need like really heavy duty squeegees and everything. And it actually takes a little bit of skill to get it down. It's not rocket science. Anybody could probably learn it, but there is a learning curve. And I spent a good summer or 2 summers washing windows on houses, and I got really, really good at it. So now I can do it in this type of environment and have it come out perfect. Then on the other side, this is the front entrance. I did all these windows also, to the top of the door, to the bottom, and all that. And then the third thing we did was the walls. And I had my wife here helping me while I was doing the dusting and the windows, which she can't do because it's not safe to be on a ladder and stuff, and she's kind of clumsy. She was down here scrubbing the walls and cleaning them. Everything has been cleared out. They empty the entire restaurant for us. Everything's out in the hallway, all the chairs, tables, all that stuff. That gives us easy access to the walls. Something else you might notice is we've put up some sheets, plastic sheeting that protects any food surfaces and prep areas and stuff like that from getting dust on it, because that dust gets in the air and it settles, and we don't want to contaminate anything in a restaurant, obviously. So luckily the customer actually took care of all that for me this time, and I didn't have to do it. So the last thing that we're going to do, which I haven't started yet, is scrubbing and waxing the floors. I'm going to degrease this with a heavy-duty kitchen degreaser that's made for fats and oils, and it's specifically made for this type of environment. It's in my blue mop bucket over there, and I'm gonna scrub the floor with my scrubber, with my floor machine. And once I scrub it, all that sludge is going to be sucked up and out of the pores of the concrete, and it's going to be really gross and just disgusting. So then what I need to do is get all that water off the ground, and I have a big wet vac here, and I can hold 20 gallons of water, and that makes it so I can suck up the water really quick and easy. Some people might just try and mop it back up, which is a bitch, or they might even use a shop vac to, like a wet dry vac, to suck it up. But since I do this all the time, obviously I need some better equipment than that, and I have my big vacuum. Once it's all vacuumed up, then I'm gonna go ahead and mop it with my clean mop, which is my yellow one, and that's clean mop water, and I'll just dry up any of the excess grease that's still on the ground. And then once it's completely dry and clean, then I will apply between 4 and 6 layers of wax. And if I don't forget, I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. But essentially it's gonna look really shiny, it's gonna be really clean looking. The sun is gonna reflect off from these big windows, it's gonna come in, reflect off the floor, the lights are gonna reflect off of it, it's gonna be easier to clean, and it's just gonna elevate the appearance of this building. So they basically shut down for the night at their normal time. We clear everything out, and then I work all night long, and I finish this, and I get the floors dry and ready to go. I have some big floor dryers that will dry the floor quickly, and my goal is to get everything done and set back up before they have their first people come in. And in restaurants, people come in early to start preparing for the day, but these guys aren't going to be until about 8 in the morning. So I got here at 10 o'clock at night, and as long as everything's done by 8 in the morning, these people are going to be really happy. And then in about 3 months, they're going to call me again, and I'll come back and take care of it. And this is basically what I do all over my city. I just go to different restaurants a couple nights a week and do this over and over and over. But it's something that people really need, and it's something you have to have, a certain amount of skill to do this. I know when I first got into it, I ruined a lot of jobs. I didn't do the floors right and they turned out bad. Maybe I couldn't get grease off of the television behind the bar. They came in, it was like dusty and looked like crap. People get mad. And it took a lot of learning to be able to put together an entire project and do it from start to finish and have it done and ready to go by the time they come in, and just totally change the environment. And anyway, but over the last 4 years, I've gotten really good at each step, and it's not hard for me at all to do. But when I first did it, it was really complicated and a little bit overwhelming. So anyway, guys, I'm happy I was able to show you my little business and what I do. So if you like this type of thing, subscribe to my channel, and I'll show you more about how I actually run the business and get customers and keep people happy and all that stuff. So anyway, we'll see you guys next time.